Now, just so you know, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, but look at this beautiful sunset we have starting to come up. It's absolutely amazing. Everybody's inside asleep, and oh, sorry about that. I just had my walk for the morning, just to clear my head from all this business with this other idiot. But yeah, so some of you are probably wondering why. Why did we move to the Philippines? Why did we give everything up? Why did we choose to come and live where we have to do hand washing, where we have what's called a dirty kitchen, where you cook outside, you know, that's our inside kitchen. And a little fridge, table. My bed is actually up behind the couch already. Me watching Commander Dot on YouTube. We have another bedroom in there. My bathroom. So just a very basic bathroom, Everything, it's what you call a wet bathroom. And you have the, where are we? Dabble. So, you use that to wash yourself. And speaking of that, I need to wash my feet off because I've just been for a walk, get all the mud off. But, yeah, I imagine some of you are wondering why we chose to do this. And to be quite honest, for 2 years when the pandemic was, going through Perth and doing what it was doing, we watched guys on the internet and all the rest of it, and they were making these big life changes. One was called 8 Mile, and they took their, well, they got caught out on the island because the pandemic hit and they couldn't leave. Whether they were going to or not, Tintin hairstyle. I don't know. But so why we came was a mixture of things. First off, it was for a year-long journey. It was going to be originally just a year long, and that was so that my wife could reconnect back with her family on both sides, because her papa passed away when she was a baby, God rest his soul, and she ended up in Australia for 36 years, and me and her have been together for 24 of those. But we went through some troubles, and we found our way back to each other, and we'd always had this dream of coming, to the Philippines and kind of doing Bali style, on the scooters, this, that and the other. But then as time grew, we chose to make the Philippines our home, to sell everything we had, to get rid of everything. My wife was working mad hours as a hotel manager. I was running my own business after many years of doing security, private security, and all sorts of other, wonderful jobs, running bars, clubs and pubs, doing crowd control, doing all that sort of stuff, and in the security game, armed and not armed, private and not private. But anyway, getting past all that, so it got to a point where it was just too much. I absolutely loved working and doing what I was doing, building things and creating things and breaking other people's mistakes back down to the bare minimum and then rebuilding it. Even though I wasn't qualified, I still got it done, and never had one customer that ever complained. But the thing is we both hit a point where enough was enough. Our two eldest boys are now, they're both men. Our youngest is a young lady now, but she's only 13. My eldest, who is in her late 20s, that's not with my Filipino wife. She has her own journey in life, obviously. So that's been a bit of a hard one to deal with up here because she decided to block me and basically, yeah. Anyway, get past that one. So then last year in December, the typhoon hit, and obviously we were locked down in Australia. In WA it was even harder because we were locked out from the rest of Australia. If you wanted to go out, you couldn't come back in. You couldn't even get out. So on the very first day, when our Premier had said, you guys can get out of the country, we had our tickets booked. We'd handed in our notice on our house. We'd got it all ready and prepared, cleaned it all up, did everything we needed to do. And we packed probably half the house into or 2/3 of what we decided to keep. Most of it was given away, sold, but basically given away. And we then packed many suitcases. I mean, I've got a suitcase with an Xbox 360 in there and the original Xbox to give away, to kids when I find the right ones. I've got a basketball there that can be blown up. It's a brand new one. But I want to make sure I give it to the right places. Now, the other part of why we're here is to help rebuild. Now, I won't video that stuff because the Filipinos, they don't need you to see them at their worst. They are very private people. They're very honourable people. They're very humble people. And they just don't need for people to see that side of things. So I'll never vlog what I do because honestly, I'm not looking for praise and I'm not looking for thanks or anything. I do it because something in life has led me here to do it. I believe that life is life. It is what it is until it isn't. As Ned Kelly once said, which was a famous bushranger in Australia, such is life. And I wanted to come and immerse myself in my wife's country, in my wife's culture, her heritage, as I wanted her to reconnect, as I also wanted my daughter to see young kids her age and how tough they really do it. I mean, mate, from the age of 2 upwards, they're in there helping their folks, they're doing stuff there, whatever. I mean, they could be 8 or 10, not going to school, working on a construction site. Now, that breaks my heart to see. But that is a sad reality. No, not a sad reality. That is just the reality of the Philippines. It is the reality in Bali, if you actually look deep enough. It's the reality in a majority of countries, if you look deep enough. So, being a kid who grew up on the streets, who came up the tough way, I was saved here and here by a wonderful Filipino, and I will always thank God for putting her in my life because, yeah, I was a little wannabe gangster, a little thug, into things that I really, really, really shouldn't have been into, doing things I really, really, really shouldn't have been doing. But because of her and her guidance and her love and her passion, and then when the 3 children come along, they helped me grow too. Grow as a young man first, and then into a man. Now, some of you may be wondering, man, you're 46, what the hell are you doing? I'm not here to retire. I'm here to semi-retire. I intend to become a full Filipino when the time is right. Currently, I will stay Balikbayan, so I get a year visa each time I come in and out. We have such a massive family here that it is, it's going to be hard to ever get to see them all, because there's 7,000 islands, and to be quite honest, we're probably only going to make it to, I reckon in what's left of my life, I reckon I probably won't even see 1,000 of them. But in those 1,000 islands that I do go to, I will be humble. I will show respect. I will learn their language before I go. Even if it's just hello, goodbye, good morning, good afternoon, thank you, all that sort of stuff. I mean, Tagalog, yes, is the main language throughout the country, but there are so many different dialects. I think there's over 1,000 of them, because North Cebu versus South Cebu, 2 different dialects. And then you go over to Negros Island, which is speaking Visayan, but then you've got Ilonggo, which is from Iloilo, which is another island. So it's an interesting journey. And every day I go out there, I go for my walks, I watch the sun come up, because I generally don't sleep past 3 o'clock. It's about immersing yourself from the gutter upwards. I'm not here to be living in a condo and living the Western life and with all the money and flashness and all the rest of it. I'm here to live like a Filipino, simply. And I have to be honest, I am the happiest I have ever been. Being able to get out there and help people, being able to do things that, other people aren't. Being able to interact with them. I mean, I can sit down at the local Ate Anguias at the table and be having a red horse, and all of a sudden I've got 5 other fellows sitting around offering me chicharron, which is like a crispy, bacon skin, peanuts, Do I want more of their beer? Offering me their beer. Not for me to pay for them, but for them offering for me. The fact that somebody found my phone miles away and returned it to me. I've had so many experiences here already that just blow me away. And every day I smile, and I laugh like I've never smiled and laughed before. It's the happiest I've ever been. So, I'm going to take my lovely wife and my beautiful daughter for a couple of nights back into Cebu City to stay at the Citadine, whichever. Anyway, a little bit of luxury, because we've been living the province lifestyle. So we're going to pop in there, see if we can find a car while we're at it, and we'll just see how it all goes. But don't ever be scared to take that step. You just never know how long your life is going to be. do you want? I can't stand. I can't stay in Australia, work till I'm 68, to wait for my pension, to then be probably dead by the time I'm 70. So I've got 2 years worth of freedom. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, can't do it. I'd prefer to sit here and build a business, or businesses, many little businesses, from the ground up, the right way. You know, I would prefer that when it comes for my time to pass, that I am buried right beside my wife's father in the family crypt, and that's, you know, that's where I'll lay. That's where I will rest in peace. I will rest in the arms of the angels, but I will be resting in paradise, my paradise. Doesn't have to be your paradise. Philippines is not for everyone. You've got to be situationally aware in the Philippines. You've got to be careful. There's good and bad in every country. Don't believe all these fools who get on YouTube and tell you that you can live for this, you can live for that, you can live for this, you can live for that, because every day is different. You never know what you're going to have to pay for. Life can be, as they say, cheap in the Philippines, and you know, bad things can happen to foreigners, to the locals. So one must just understand that. And if I can give you one hint, never be critical of the government and never be critical of the Filipinos, because that will insult them in such a way that, yeah, won't be good, won't end well. So listen, I just wanted to lay it out there as to why and what and how and all the rest of it. I'll be taking a video tomorrow of, well, actually today, because we book in at 2 o'clock in the city, so hopefully going to go and see that beautiful new water park. Whoa. Good morning. Mayong buntag. We're going to hopefully go and see that beautiful new water park that they've opened up in Cebu. So we'll hopefully take a bit of footage of that to show you what it's all about. Show you some areas. Go to Billy's Bar, who's owned by an Aussie, for some early birthday drinks, because you know, I'm spending my first Valentine's, my first birthday, my wife's birthday, my daughter's birthday. Sadly, I won't be home for my 2 sons' birthdays. My first Easter. All here as a full-timer, you know, or in Cebu anyway, you know. Been coming up here for a long time as a part-timer, but now we're full-timers, and we intend to stay full-timers. But if things go wrong, we may come home. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, because it's, wow, geez, we're getting up near 19 minutes. So listen guys, peace out. Mad love to you all. To all my friends in Australia, I miss you. I wish you well. I wish you all the happiness that life can bring you away. To those who are struggling, keep on keeping on. Yeah, it's not about how you get knocked down, it's about how you get back up. And yeah, just keep on keeping it real. Stay well. Love you all. Bye for now.